Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Dracthyr Evoker, which is the brand new race class combination coming in Dragonflight, and everything we know so far about this brand new race and class from all the interviews and the announcements and everything like that. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Alpha Beta, Wrath of the Lich King Beta, all of that good stuff, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. every single day. So yes, in Dragonflight, they are introducing a brand new race and class called the Dracthyr Evoker. Now, the race is called the Dracthyr, and the class is called the Evoker, and these go hand in hand, as the Evoker is kind of like a dragon type class, so you won't be seeing human Evokers or Orc Evokers anytime soon, or probably ever, to be honest, as the Evoker class is exclusive to the Dracthyr race. So in this video, we're going to go through all the details for the Dracthyr race and the Evoker class that we know so far, and obviously if I've missed out any major information, let me know in the comments down below if you know anything else about this race class, because obviously this is everything we know before Alpha. Once we get into Alpha testing, we'll know everything about this race and class. So, first and foremost, as mentioned, Dracthyr can only be Evokers and Evokers can only be Dracthyr. However, it was kind of hinted at that, over time, potentially there is a chance that Dracthyr might be able to become warriors or hunters or anything like that, as they're going to be spending some time with the champions of Azeroth. But that is obviously not the plan from 10.0, and probably won't even be the plan for the entirety of Dragonflight. I can see something like this coming in like a 10.3 or 11.0. But yeah, I definitely see these Dracthyr eventually becoming kind of regular classes as we continue through World of Warcraft. The Dracthyr Evoker is coming actually in the pre-patch of Dragonflight, so you'll be able to create your Dracthyr Evoker in the pre-patch of Dragonflight and be able to play through the starting experience. You can actually only make one per realm, because they do start at level 58. So yeah, one Dracthyr Evoker per realm, and if you delete that Dracthyr Evoker, you can obviously make a new one. But yeah, as of the start of Dragonflight, you can only make one Dracthyr Evoker per realm, and that's what we've had in the past with previous hero classes. Now, the Dracthyr race do start in a new zone called the Forbidden Reach. This is an area on the Dragon Isles, which has been hinted at that we will visit later on in the expansion, potentially in 10.1 or beyond. So yeah, the Forbidden Reach is the story starting zone for the Dracthyr. I would imagine it'd be kind of similar to the Demon Hunter or the Death Knight starting zone in regards to kind of the story and how it kind of plays out. It sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting from what Steve Danusa said in the recent Twitter Spaces interview with Taliesin. So yeah, looking forward to Forbidden Reach. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that's going to be one of the first things we do see in the alpha testing of Dragonflight. As mentioned, they do start at level 58. The level cap for Dragonflight is going up to 70, and it was mentioned as well that they will gain talents while doing the starting zone, kind of akin to the Death Knight in Wrath of the Lich King, where quests actually rewarded you with talent points, as we're obviously getting a massive talent revamp in 10.0. The racials for the Dracthyr include a Wing Buffet, which is a knockback, and a Tail Swipe, which is a knock up. So two active abilities for the Dracthyr, which actually sound really cool, and yeah, I'm curious to see how they work in PvP. I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic there, and obviously a cheeky little tribute to previous dragon bosses with Wing Buffet and Tail Swipe being abilities that you've always seen dragons do in WoW. The Dracthyr will have two forms similar to the Worgen. One is the dragon form that you've probably seen, and of course the Visage form, which is the mortal form for the Dracthyr. Now, the male model is based off of the male Blood Elf model, and the female model is based off of the human female. However, they have made a lot of modifications to this model, and no doubt these models will have unique animations. It just looks like they're originally based off of those two forms. You're not going to be getting like Tauren forms or Gnome forms or anything like that. It will just be these Blood Elves and human looking forms. Now, these are completely customizable separately as well, so you can, give yourself certain horns on the human form and then have different horns on the dragon form. It's completely separate, and some of the customizations do look absolutely incredible. I will have a video going through all of those really, really soon, but yeah, there is a lot to customize in the human form and a lot to customize in the dragon form, including a ton of skin colors, which is really awesome to see. As also mentioned, when changing between the dragon and Visage form, it's not going to be like the Worgen. It's going to be more like a puff of smoke, similar to what we saw Rathian do, and other dragons in World of Warcraft when they change from their mortal to dragon form. So no like crazy animation is expected between the two forms. They also said that the most of the combat will happen in dragon form as an evoker, obviously, but they did say that they are looking into potentially some abilities being able to be done in Visage form. So yeah, we'll have to see more specifics of that once we roll into alpha testing. As for gear, the Visage form, the human form, will obviously have all of the gear available and on show. You'll be able to see what you're wearing at all times, obviously, like you do in WoW. But for the dragon Dragon form, there'll only be some gear supported, it sounds like. No, the details are a bit sparse on this one a little bit. Some interviews say you can see shoulders and belts and things like that, and some other interviews do mention that it's going to be something that you customize at the barbershop. So, not really sure on that one. Obviously, if you have any more details, do let me know down below. But yeah, that one's a little bit kind of like mixed messages across the board there. But I would like to see like some parts of gear showing on the Dragon form. I think that'd be really cool to see. As for the racial mount for the Dracthyr, they are their own racial mount. I believe they're a flying mount as well, which is awesome, obviously with those big wings. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And finally, for the Dracthyr race, you could be Horde or Alliance, and this is like a choice you're going to be making at the character select screen, as opposed to something that you do in game. I don't know if there'll be much story in relation to them joining the Horde or Alliance, but yeah, Horde or Alliance for the Dracthyr, you could choose it from the very start there, which is really cool to see. Okay, so let's jump into the Evoker class. So this is the class that the Dracthyr can exclusively be. So yeah, first and foremost, this is a male-wearing class. Yes, we have a brand new male-wearing class coming in Dragonflight. We're going to have more people fighting for that male armor with the Evoker class. The Evoker have two specializations. You have Preservation and Devastation. Preservation is their healing spec. It's a healing spec that's supposed to fill a new niche, providing good AoE clumped healing and preparing for damage with time magic, which sounds really cool. With my interview with Brian Halinka, he made it sound like it's kind of a new kind of healing spec, which is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays. As for Devastation, which is their DPS spec, this is a mid-range DPS spec with fire breathing and things like that, and you can fly over the battlefield and do all sorts of stuff. I'm sure I'm repeating the same footage over and over, so I'm sure you've seen that footage non-stop in this video. But yeah, there's some really cool sounding abilities with the Devastation DPS spec, and of course the animations for the healing spec as well look really awesome, and I'm looking forward to, as I said, you know, playing around with it and seeing what that's like actually in game. They have a new type of ability as well called an empowered ability. The specific ability for the Evoker is called Dream Breath. This is actually a cone ability which could be charged by holding down a key. This is a new type of ability, as I mentioned, and this is not something we've seen in World of Warcraft before. The reasoning for this is obviously just, you know, it's a breath effect. The longer you hold it down, it could be the further it goes, the more damage it does, the longer the dot is, things like that. They're still looking into how the specifics of this work. It's about a 3-second cast time, and they want players to make a kind of on-the-spot conscious decision whether they want to hold it down for the entire 3 seconds or just do a quick kind of burst Dream Breath there. As for other classes getting empowered abilities in the future, that is something they are open to. They just kind of want to see how the empowered ability works for the Evoker before they throw it onto other classes in 10.0. So it's probably something we'll see in the future. And finally, for the Evokers, they have a brand new resource called Essence, which regenerates over time. Now, this is an interesting one because when Brian was describing it, it sounded like it was just energy, similar to Rogues, but it's called Essence. So not really sure on that one. I think we'll see more of that once we get into some gameplay and kind of see how these Evokers actually play out in a kind of dungeon or raid scenario. But yeah, Essence is their brand new resource, and we will obviously see more of that very, very soon. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's everything we kind of know from interviews and different information which has come out about the Dracthyr Evoker. And as mentioned before, please do let me know down below if you have any more information on the Dracthyr Evoker and anything that I kind of majorly missed there, or any unanswered questions that we don't know so far. I did a recent interview with Brian Halinka, as I mentioned, and I try to get as much information as possible on some of the unanswered questions for the Dracthyr. So yeah, let me know down below, guys, what you think of this new race class combination. Are you a Evoker main now? I'm probably not, but I'll definitely try it in the testing period for sure, and I'll probably make one when it comes out, because, you know, it's a new shiny thing. You have to do that. So yeah, before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to our amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 10.0 Alpha Beta, Wrath of the Lich King Alpha Beta, patch 9.2.5, any sort of World of Warcraft content, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.